2 Megapops is an achievement in Bloons Tower Defense 6 where you need to accumulate 2 million or more pops with a single tower in order to get the achievement. And today we're going to be doing this with our wonderful friend Etienne. More specifically the alien version because the skin's so goddamn cool! Anyways, we're going to be putting down a submarine, but also as well for some insurance policy for the beginning of the game, a dark monkey as well. So let's get cracking with this. But before we go hugely further into this challenge, Etienne has what I'd like to call a disappearing subtower pop bug, which is where when the subtower of a tower disappears and it has projectiles on the screen still, those projectiles in which the disappeared subtower still has out does not contribute towards the total pops of the tower itself. And this should only really be possible with Ben's Siphon ability and Azili's Moab Hex ability. But think about anything else that could possibly take away damage intentionally. But with Etienne's case, whenever the UCAV disappears or when the additional drones disappear, any projectiles that they still have on screen, it's mainly the UCAV, which is the biggest issue. Those projectiles, when the subtower disappears or cloaks itself again, they no longer contribute towards Etienne's overall pop count, which is going to be very, very annoying. So we're going to try to get 2 million pops on paper, but what we're going to be doing at the end is we're going to be doing some math and we're going to see the theoretical pop count in which we get Etienne at the end of this video by, like I said, just doing a little bit of math. So hopefully that clears the air when people say, actually you didn't get 2 million pops, you get 1.964182 or something like that. And it would be a bloody miracle if we actually get that exact number. It's because the game at its current state is bugged. It's by no means the most nefarious bug at the moment. Oh no, there's a transforming tonic bug out there right now paired with Plasma Monkey Fan Club, which is absolutely bonkers. At the moment, and it's always going to be the case, rounds are going to look very, very scarce when it comes to our success. We're going to be doing a lot of round retries because trying to get the optimal setup for this particular hero early game, incredibly difficult. Not gonna lie, Etienne is not an easy hero to use early on for offensive means, but when we get to the mid game, then Etienne's gonna start gaining power, and then late game Etienne is really self-sufficient. Okay, we're gonna need to deploy these. So when the additional 4 of these disappear, any lasers that they have still on screen that will pop a balloon, they don't contribute towards the pop count, which is incredibly annoying. So let's see, we'll be able to do this like so. I believe, yeah, bigger radar, we're going to be getting grow blocker, we're going to need that means of preventing regrowth, and the dark monkey is back here simply because it's going to remove any excess balloons that come this way, unless of course there's anything bigger than like a yellow balloon or anything like that. Like if yellow balloons come along here, then the dark monkey has no chance of popping them all. Gotta pop them all, as a certain man from Pallet Town would say. We have submersion support paired with heat tip darts because our submarine is going to be our means of being able to pop lead balloons. That might have been too early. We might need to use that later on around because of these yellows. Oh yes, the single UFO is not good on its own, not good at all. Let's do this with a bit more timing involved. So there's the blues, greens. Okay, now let's deploy them all since the yellows are out now. And hopefully these will be able to clear all this up. Just like that. Lovely. So it's down to timing, that's all. So put it on strong so that you're always targeting the leads. But at the moment, we kind of needed to do a little bit of clear up with our sub, which is not what I wanted. But alas, Etienne is not what you call very strong early on. I need to rely on his abilities, and then from there the possibility of pops not contributing because of the game itself. What have you done with sub-towers in this game, Ninja where if they disappear, they don't contribute towards the parent towers' overall pop cost or count or something like that? Cost. It is a cost in a way. What does Etienne have? Nah, we're not going to buy a single upgrade on Etienne. We're just going to allow it to naturally go up, and then from there, actually, possibly the from level 90 to level 20. That'll probably be the only one. Blue guys are going to be incredibly helpful in this, slowing them all down so that Etienne can do enough damage within this little space over here, but it's still not enough. Sub on first, possibly, so it's always targeting the first most balloons, but I'm not sure how that's going to be hugely. Then again, there's also these regrows. Oh, don't you just love regrows on low damaging towers with only a moderate rate of fire? I sure do. Okay, so putting the sub on first was ideal for that particular scenario, but still, we still only have one drone, which means only one damage at a time, which is absolutely bonkers, to say the very least. We need the ability back. We need the ability back, please, game. It cannot hold these out much longer. Come on. Stop popping UFOs, you... Come on, you're supposed to be advanced technology. Why do you take so long to start firing? Hopefully the glue splatter will enable more balloons to be globbed with glue. And that does the trick, actually, because now they are all popped in all that regard. Slowing them down can sometimes be just as effective as more firepower, because we want the majority of the firepower to come from this alien and its little techs and its big techs. Okay, additional drones are needed at this point in time. If only if we had these permanently, like, just deploy more drones additionally so that they just are always on the field rather than temporary. You can deploy these temporary drones, except they are permanent. I wish that was the case anyways, but here, divide and conquer. No, we want first. We want the first most balloons to be targeted. I don't think Etienne gets targeting priorities as soon as you buy them. You need to be able to get more than one drone for there to be targeting priorities, such as divide and conquer. Right, okay, that dark monkey is not doing much, but I'm not planning on doing anything else with it. Excuse me, why were you not on the screen there, Etienne? Is there something up with your alien skin? I'll say camo there. Is there something up with that particular skin that does not enable you to be able to do... Okay, this is really annoying. Why is there a single one escaping? I guess we're going to have to enable the sub then in order to deal with these pests. These lingering pests that don't know who the boss is on this track. And it's certainly not the dark monkey, to say the least. Alright, putting back onto submerged. And, oh, this is fantastic. Glued red balloons are fantastic. If they manage to get away over here, that's fantastic, because it enables our abilities to recharge that bit more quickly, because they're taking their sweet time going through the track, and there's no means of popping them at that point in time, and that happened. Actually, let's put some glue hose down. That's going to be really beneficial, because that means all of these are guaranteed to be slowed down. The majority of them will be glued at the very, very least. And at the very most, all of them. Okay, so this is another dilemma. Do I enable the submarine to pop the leads, or do I just allow these to continue going on so that our ability comes back that bit more quickly for the next round? And I think it's going to be either way, because at the moment we have no issues with these and our ability is back. Lovely. So if you have lead balloons and you don't have MIB at that point in time, just enable them to keep on going. Like, there's no harm in it. You're going to be able to pop them, so why not use their slow movement speed to your advantage? Round 30. Again, with this round, we've activated the additional drones, but yet these are incredibly slow, so we don't need to actually pop them at this given point in time. We will do eventually, as in, like, probably right now, actually. So, but then again, the submarine was popping the ceramics because they're stronger. Come on now, you can do it. I'm going to have to use that ability Actually, you know what? No. We don't want to use the ability again because we're going to really need it for round 39. Okay, let's just pop some of them so that we're able to get ahead of ourselves here. Okay, so they're all the leads are removed. It's just the underlings that we need to deal with. Ceramics are a bit of an issue, but guess what? We are in this in the late game, and oh, don't pop all of the reds. Oh, there is one red up there. We're gonna need the red balloons at slow speed to help us regenerate our abilities, because we don't get barely anything to help us out here. So what are we gonna do in this dilemma? I'm thinking of a heli. So not just any heli. I'm thinking of a wonderful downdraft heli with faster attack speed, simply because I need a way to blow back these balloons. If we can't blow them back, then obviously we don't have much means of being able to send them back so that they're able to be popped by the wonderful Etienne and its drones. But at this point in time, we have more prominent issues. As far as pressing issues would be more accurate, but we're going with it. So let's go with faster darts so we're able to deal with these. Yeah, Etienne needs a little bit, well, a lot of support early on in the game in order to pop all of these, because at the moment we are struggling. Like, I could have just enabled the submarine, but in some ways I do want Etienne to try and brave all of these pops as much as possible, so that Etienne can get all of the pops as possible as it can. So the heli's going to help us out when it comes to this first Moab, and I think after that we're able to somewhat go through all this with just what we have. The glue hose is really helping us out when it comes to slowing down balloons, and now we have permanent camo detection for all. i.e. people are wondering, why did you buy IFR? Because we're going to need to buy it in order to go down to downdraft. That's just a thing. That's how tiers work. T-E-A-R. Tiers. Are we able to go through this round? I think we... Oh gosh, maybe so. If downdraft comes to the... Wait a minute, we don't even... I don't know why I went through that thinking we had downdraft. We still need another 1.6k for that. Round 42 is here. Oh great, a bunch of regrows. Just what we need. Not really anyways. Submerge, we'll be able to handle the rest of these with Etienne, hopefully. Just don't exit the regrown, de-regrow zone, sorry. And we had to use that. Oh, great, for goodness. Yeah, we had to use it for that encounter, but now we have ourselves an issue at hand here. But luckily, we now have downdraft. Excellent. So it means that we will be able to chuck back balloons when we can. So let's just chuck back the ceramics so that they're just a little bit further away from the exit of the track. Let's activate the additional drones. Hopefully the disappearing ones won't try and steal too many pops away from Etienne. And there we go. Round 44 is here. What are we going to do now? Because we're still really in the thick of it as to what we need to do when it comes to our setup. I definitely want balloon sabos. I definitely want a snowstorm at some point. But we're also going to need a Moab balloon in order to slow down the Moabs themselves. So let's activate the additional drones there. And we are about there. Excellent. Yeah, Etienne's drones are really weak early game. Like, incredibly weak. Like, one layer per shot kind of weak. Which is annoying. So let's activate the additional drones. First for a slaughter, maybe. I don't know. And yep, the downdraft is going to have to do some work here. But I think there's just simply too many balloons on screen for us to be able to manage at this point in time. We really need to activate it from its submerged status sooner. Let's just have a downdraft here. I know it's going to steal pops, but we're going to really need it in order to be able to get through this round. Let's see. Let's do all that. The leads are coming out, so they're going to block certain projectiles. And yeah, let's just chuck the heli back to where it was. Leave the submarine to pop the leads, and then once the leads are popped, then we'll leave the rest to Etienne to deal with. This shouldn't be too much of an issue here. Like, I know it's like 4 to 5 ceramics. There's only a few balloons at the end of the day here. So can we do this without activating the ability? I think we're going to need the ability itself. And come on, pop it, pop. Would you go after it? Oh, damn useless drones. Oh dear, sometimes technology makes society go backwards. And this is probably one of the reasons why. Sometimes it just has its own mindset rather than doing what it's programmed to do. There we go. I think Etienne will be able to deal with the rest by itself, hopefully. And yeah, that's already 2,500. Yeah, we're nearly 6k in the excess pops already, which is not good. I'm not sure how many pops Etienne has missed out on because of disappearing UFOs. Really annoying when a bug like this presents itself, and at the moment there's no cure to it other than trying to come up with your own alternative solutions. My alternative solution at the moment is just not that present. And let's see. Shall we buy this or shall... No, we're going to leave it. We're going to leave it. We don't need it at this point in time. I'm going to say eat my own words later on there. We're going to need a Sabo next. And with that, we're going to slow down these balloons so that hopefully our drones will be able to pop everything. But at the moment, it looks like a no, and these regrows are going to be an absolute nightmare. Maybe we're going to need more regrow farms in order to help us out here, because these regrows are numerous in numbers at this point in time. Look at all of them at the back there. Let us use the Sabo again in order to slow all these down. Oh, we've done it. I thought we were going to get incredibly overwhelmed there, but apparently not in this case. Pop the leads, please. No, actually, pop the Moab, please. Oh, no. This is where we're going to absolutely struggle here. We're going to need the Heli's help with this one in order to try and initially pop these Moabs. And then once the Moabs are popped, then we will be able to do what we need to do here. Okay, that's that done. That's the first Moab pops. But then again, our worries are still far from over here. Let us use the helicopter in order to do all of this. We need to blow back as many balloons as we can. Use the balloon Sabo in order to slow everything down. We're going to be getting 4 at the end of the day, because it's like, when it comes to the cooldown that it has, the uptime is only 25% roughly. So if you have 4 of them down, that means you can constantly have the balloon Sabos' effect in play here, which is excellent. Definitely necessary, because it slows down the balloons without actually taking away pops from your desired 2 Megapops tower. And you need to close up for Etienne to be able to do all the pops here, although that might come and bite me in the back. No, actually not in this case. Not on this round. Not here. Okay, so what we're going to be doing next. I do want an MIB at the end of the day, but I think we're going to need to go with a Moab Blue. And hey, why not Relentless Blue? Let's stun some balloons, please. Go to Strom there. Whoa. I was about to say, are you actually going to target the Moabs themselves, glue gun, or are you just going to sit there and glue balloons? So the first one is for the masses, and the second one is for the Moabs themselves. Oh, let's just slow us down so we're guaranteed to get through that round. Gosh, that's a little bit annoying, actually. Moabs left. We have ourselves this in the bag. Lovely. So we've got 4k. Yeah, around about... Yeah, around about 8k in pops. Just a little shy of 8k pops. Like 400 away from 8k pops excess from Starfish, not Etienne, which is not good. But when the rounds progress, it's going to be apparent that we rely less on other towers for pops. Because Etienne, with the ability to get more damage per drone shot, and the UCAV as well soon, we will not need additional poppage from other towers, but we still need a blowback here. We still need a blowback there. We're not going to downdraft. We don't need downdraft. And that's fantastic. A single balloon left in order for our abilities to cool down. Could be a little bit overwhelming here, but let's see how we get on here. We're going to need any more support. That's going to be a yes. Let's just dig out the submarine here for the meantime and hope that the additional pops on this will be enabling us to get through this round. But at the moment, we're still kind of struggling. Glue Strike might be a good call, actually. because then that means that any glued balloons will be able to receive additional damage from stuff like Etienne. Please pop it and don't allow balloons to go through, please. Let's see how Glue Strike does. When we activate it, we'll be able to do additional damage against everything. So let's see. This should do that, all of that, sorry. And I feel like we're progressing a bit better with just Etienne alone. But then again, there's still the matter of everything else on board. Was it just me, or did it get Glue Strike enable the Mo to get more damage as well? I hope that was the case, because that would be brilliant if that is the case. But I think without Corrosive Glue, Glue Strike and Glue Storm just does not affect Merbs whatsoever. Which is a little dumb in a way, because it is still glue. It still can affect stuff upon contact. But then again, it could be the case that, well, then... But then again, this is not the correct substance to slow down everything. Let's see. You're within range! You've got a long amount of range here, Etienne. Why do you take so long in order for your drones to do something? I don't understand you sometimes. Okay, we're going to really need this now. So, I feel that in order to minimize the amount of pops that you do not get, is to have it so that you activate Etienne around just below where the spawn is, so that when the UCAV vanishes, it is right where spawn is, and that is hopefully where there'll still be balloons left in order to kind of soak up those projectiles, so that hopefully within a still visible like state, the projectiles will still be able to get pops from there, from the bug that we have spoken about in the beginning of the video. Round 58 as... Okay, I didn't even follow my own advice there. But alas, we are there. We are progressing through this round. Round 59 is here. Lovely. Okay, so I do want an MIB now, so we can deal with these leads without needing the submarine anymore to deal with the leads. Let's just use the balloon sabos so that they're all slow down. Let's not use the UCAV. And now when you exit out of the game, the abilities sometimes rejiggle themselves depending on where they are. So now we have to reassign our brain in order to use different buttons for different things. So Glue Strike is very helpful there to deal additional damage from towers to the affected balloons themselves. Okay, we're gonna need a balloon sabo in order to slow all these down. We really do need these at a crawling pace, but these regrow balloons are a nuisance. Why do regrow balloons exist? Hold on a minute. Oh, okay. I think when you use a Glue Strike on a lead balloon, it de-leadifies it in a way. So while the ability is active, we can essentially use any tower to pop a lead, and while it's active, any kind of attack will be able to pop leads. Okay. So let's see. Slow that down. Use the UCAV again in the wrong position because I'm a dumbass for just activating it on the spot. There's a flashy bottom there. I just like using bottoms whenever I want to, and now we don't have anything around 61. Aren't I just the absolute best player of all time? No, not really. There are others out there that are far better than I am, honestly, and that I do not mind whatsoever. But these Moabs are posing a bit of a problem. But do you know what else is posing a problem? These regrow balloons. Yeah, the amount of zebra regrows on the screen is more than what we started with at the start of the round. How about just a random 110 monkey village, so that the number of times in which a regrow balloon can actually regrow decreases. Let us try and deal with that now that more of the track is covered in this de-regrow zone. And hopefully we'll be able to yield results on this, because honestly, I am running out of ideas here. They still regrow, but not at a explosive rate like they were beforehand, but some of them are still being annoying here. Oh, great. Can we get the UCAV up on time, please? And that is a yes. Lovely. Jubbly. We need it up as soon as possible, regardless of where it was on the track there. Let's see. Oh, come on. You're supposed to be all powerful, not all let them through. Okay, there we go. We've gone through that round. We can now resubmerge the submarine there. And hopefully we'll be able to get through this round a bit more successfully. Why are the early 60s sometimes so annoying? Like it features regrows, lots of Moabs, something like that. Like, why do you have properties which are so hard to counteract sometimes? And here, our relentless... Why aren't you sticking to the first most Moab, honestly? It's so annoying. Alright. Can we do something about these first most ones, please? Please, with a cherry on top? No. No. And I pressed the wrong key there anyways. We're gonna need everyone on board if we're gonna get through round 62. And then honestly, round 63. I know this sounds going to be kind of silly, but with this kind of setup, with a lack of Moabs on round 63, I think round 63 is going to be slightly less of a threat to us than this round and the previous round. I know it sounds silly, but we don't have any huge RBE targets to try and deal with on round 63. It's just a huge amount of small balloons. And here is the UCAV. And hopefully, please target those pesky fortified Moabs, please. You're not doing your job there. Thank you very much, Downdraft. You do work there, chucking those balloons back. And we have ourselves here the pathway to round 63. What's it going to bring to us? Well, firstly, I should not have used the balloon sabo so late into the round there, because I feel like we're going to really suffer on this round. Yeah, get the follow mouse in place, for goodness sakes. Get the follow mouse barely in place so we can jump these back as much as possible. Use that, actually. That'll be very helpful. We need to stop these as much as possible before they get to the end of the track. Now that Bloon Saber's up, hopefully they'll buy us enough time in order to activate the UCAV. Oh gosh, this ability has such a long time before it recharges. It's so annoying about this particular ability. Downdraft, downdraft, downdraft. Perhaps if you were in first rather than zone defense, we'll be able to do this a bit more swimmingly. And target the first most balloons, please, rather than just a random set of... Well, not random. It's all fixated towards a particular kind of... What do you call it? Targeting priority, depending on what color the UFOs are emitting from their eye. I think it is. Bloon Sabo in place. Yep, they're all being chucked back, and luckily none of these are regrows. Like, imagine trying to do a 2-tower chimps, but you enable all balloons to be regrows. Like, that would be just a nightmare. Because you need something with a high amount of attack speed and damage from the get-go in order to get through all that. I'm not sure about people who have done, like, 2 Megapops or 2 tower chimps, but all of them are... Oh, that just clutched up there. But every balloon is a regrow balloon. God, that'll be a stuff of nightmares. Blair, would you mind doing that, please, with the base start tower? I believe it's perfectly possible, and I've seen this person do it, but I'm not going to link the video because I know that it exists. No, I'm not going to do that. What we're going to do with this last fortified Moab. Pop it, that's what we're going to do. But alas, they have all been dealt with, which is brilliant. Round 65 is here. So what's our next stage? I really want to get a call to arms, but I feel like we're going to need a snowstorm first in order to provide another means of slowing down the balloons here. And speaking of slowing down the balloons... Oh, hold on. Glue storm. Excellent. Hopefully that enables us to do more damage in order to go for all this. But then again, now that is needed. That is needed. Come on, pop them. I guess you're not going to do all the way then, because the more that a balloon or something like that is in the center of the track, the more pops that we're not going to have on Etienne because of the Subtower disappearing pop bug. I'm hoping to be able to afford a snowstorm throughout this round, and then when we do that, we will be all powerful. Well, not all powerful, but we'll have a little bit more support on our hands in order to deal with all of these wretched beasts that have entered the fray. So it's around about here you want to activate the ability. That's doing wonders against all of those ceramics like these. So it disappears around here. Maybe I could have done it down just a little bit later on that cycle there, so that it disappears as it's above that bit of a track. So that then, hopefully, I've used the wrong one there. Hopefully there'll be minimal pops wasted there. Snowstorm, slow them down. Always pair it with top path so you can get that permafrost effect, so that slows them down permanently. Small amount of slowdown, but every little helps, as a particular company of a supermarket says. Every little helps. Slow them down there. Yeah, it's going to be quite a long video, but honestly, I feel like all of these rounds are difficult. But then when we get to the high stages, some of them, or yeah, only a few of them will be very difficult and need every little bit of attention required on them in order to get through all of them. Let's see, several fortified Moabs left. But yeah, we're going to need to use the ability there. I don't like using it because there's such a long cooldown, which is annoying. There we go, there we go, there we go. Use the glue strike, sorry, not glue storm, in order to get through that. How many times did I say glue storm before I corrected myself though? I don't know. Can we do with this round? We absolutely can. I forgot to say this near the beginning of the video. Etienne is one of the few towers that cannot be benefited by the top path alchemist any given point in time. It cannot receive acidic mixture dip. It cannot receive strengthening brew or stronger stimulant or perma brew. It cannot receive any of that shenanigans. But in one way, it can be benefited by an overclock, which is the attack speed of the drones. The overclock does not benefit the mothership that orbits around the map, but it can benefit the drones. So we're going to get that at the very end of this video, like round 99, so that we have a little bit more attack speed from our drones against the bad. Again, every little helps. Round 69 is concluded with all of our abilities intact. Lovely. Round 70 is here. What will we be doing next? I really want to call to arms next so that we can increase the global attack speed of absolutely everything. And I do mean everything gets an attack boost. It was in one of the more recent updates, rather than it just being the towers in which it benefits with its other things going on there. Its ability now affects every single tower on the board, besides paragons and powers. A lot of balloons, but yet we have a lot of means of popping. Yeah, the drones are now actually quite powerful, so where zebra balloons are a non-issue in a way. Ceramics we can kind of deal with. They're kind of making their way through the track, but that's only because of all of our wonderful support on board. I'm telling you, if you do not have any kind of support when trying to do a 2 Megapops, you're not going to be able to do a 2 Megapops. Maybe there are some towers which requires only a handful of support in order to enable it to succeed, but all in all, it's going to come down to the case where you're going to need some kind of support, like camo detection, like slowing down the balloons, like debuffing the balloons, like increasing attack speed or anything like that. This is support, this is support. In some cases, this can be support, this is support, this is support. These two are supports. So many towers on screen, but only one of them we're aiming to get all of the pops, well, as many pops, sorry, as possible, so that then we can do this challenge. So let's activate the ability there. I activated it kind of too late around its cycle around the map, but guess what? We do not worry about that sort of thing because we're going to be doing the map at the very end of this video to see what we're going to be doing here, because I've been trying to do this challenge for 3 times now, and still with a bug get 2 million pops on screen, but I feel like the amount of damage taken away is just going to be that little bit too much, unfortunately. Round 75 around before round 76, and I've got a little bit of a cool trick up my sleeve here in order to deal with round 76. And it's going to rely on Bloon Sabo, Blue Strike, and activating more drones on the field. That's what we're going to be relying on here in order to get this done. Use a snowstorm to slow those down. Hopefully they'll be slowed down enough so we can activate the UCAV. Activate the UCAV there. Lovely jubbly. Take all those down now. Oh no, come on now, do not do this to me. Don't make me fail this. I was hoping to save up everything else for round 76. I guess not, game. I guess you don't want me to do cool things. Oh, are we gonna do this? Are we gonna do this? Are we gonna do this? Oh, no, we're not, are we? Okay, use a snowstorm there. Come on. Why can't we just do enough damage against all these behemoths? Oh great, the Merbs is just gonna slide along by. Well, the Merb didn't, but one of its ceramic underlings did. Oh gosh, the ability runs out just before we need it to end. That's too many balloons to deal with there, and I'd rather not use anything else, otherwise we can't deal with the next round.
CHIMPS.
I hate micromanagement so much at times. Is this the one? Is this the one? Is this the one? Now that they're all concentrated, is this the one? Or is this going to be another dart? Absolutely, it's brilliant. Okay, let's do that. We're going to be doing that. We're going to be doing this. We're going to be slowing down everything. And hopefully we'll be able to get all of the pops required. Come on. You're within the degrowth zone, sorry. Excellent. Round 76 is dealt with by the drones alone with the support of everything in store here, which is lovely. Snowstorm bees and Moabs. Use the UCAV. Use the drones. Use the Sabo. And then soon use the glue strike. Use absolutely everything on board. Call to arms is nearby. Lovely. We will begin Homeland Defense, though. That is for certainty. Because this is one of the few buffs that you can give a UCAV. Or perhaps even the only buff you can give a UCAV, actually. Global attack rate increase rather than individual. Let's see. Let's use that. Let's just clear this round. Hopefully we'll be able to deal with this okay. Let's use the snowstorm there. Let's use the glue strike there. Glue strike is honestly underrated, I feel. Like, doing extra damage, especially in a 2 Megapops scenario where the actual glue strike itself, if you go bottom path and the top path past tier 1, not upgrading bows, like, do ourselves a hefty bit of damage there. Let's see, do all that, slow them down. I don't want to use our offensive abilities, I just want to slow down everything so that we're able to pop them all, please. Please, with sugar on top. But I feel like we are going to be forced to activating one of these, so yeah, we're going to activate that. Going to use quarter arms so that the drones do more damage. Good, good, good. Deal with the regrow rainbows, which is going to be a big threat this round. But luckily we've got a few things up and running so that we're able to deal with all of these. Glue strike, UCAV, all that wonderful stuff. There we go. And call to arms as well, which increases the attack speed of everything, including the UCAV. But unfortunately, it does not last that long. Okay. Notice how sometimes the snowstorm does not freeze the balloons themselves. I hate regrow balloons. Whoever thought at Ninja Kiwi that regrow balloons are a good idea, you are correct. They are a good idea because it presents a challenge like this. Aiming for a second Sabo during this round. That's going to be really helpful for our members here. Use one nice and early. Again, I timed it incorrectly, so it's not the desired position, but I had on board. Use the call to arms, use the glue strike, use the additional drones ability. Oh dear, of course, regrow balloons are going to be our bane here because they just multiply too much like bacteria. Keep on going, keep on going. We can afford a balloon Sabo a long time ago, but I just could not get it because I couldn't be bothered to press a few buttons in order to get it. There we go. Let's do all of that lovely damage here. Let's slow them all down to a trickle here. Let's just use everything that we have on board in order to help us out here. Call to arms with the drones. Lovely. Snowstorm to slow them down. Bloon Sabo to slow them down. And then use the ability then and there. And hopefully that should clear them all up. Lovely. And round 80 is here. 3,300. Yeah, that is 10,000. 16, near 17,000 excess pops. That's not good, but we're nearly at the stage where we do not rely on any other offensive towers in order to help us out here. So call to arms with UCAV. That is brilliant. Snowstorm again. Lovely jubbly. Maybe if I position it so that when it's at this point of the map, so that it ends up here, so that we get minimal amount of lost pops because of a bug presented in the game here. Unless it's always been like that, but if it's always been like that, then surely Ninja Kiwi would have discovered it sooner. Okay, so use the ninja, so the Bloon Sabo, now that they're BFBs, now that they're there, and we have dealt with the round. Nice and savvy. Round 81 is here. Let's just use these abilities. Snowstorm, Sabo. We're going to be getting 2 more Sabos onto the field so that these balloons are permanently slowed down. Thank you very much. Use all that. Stall as much time necessary so we can keep using our abilities like the UCAV alongside call to arms, which is lovely. Use that. And oh, that was brilliant timing actually. Hopefully there was minimal losses there. Do that, do that. That seems like such a small amount, but then again, we are still not even close to round 90. And between round 90 to 100 is where like half of the overall pops are at. Or maybe even like round 91 to 100 has half the pops in a CHIMPS game. There we go. Use all that. We can afford a Sabo again now. Lovely jubbly. Doing all that. Use them all up. Lovely. Affirmative. Absolutely. Call to arms with the additional drones ability. Get them all down to ceramics, and then from ceramics down to whatever size is next. Nothing, hopefully. Right, use the ability again. We're going to need to use it as much as we possibly can. And now we've got super ceramics this round, which is actually dealable. Very, very doable with this stage of Etienne. I come in peace. You come in peace. Yeah, right. You alien monkey. I know that's not derogatory. Just calling something an alien monkey is not bad. It's when you put something else with it, like a bad word or anything like that, then you can call it some kind of derogatory mishap that could be included for hating something along. Anyways, we're going off track here. Let us move on with our lives here. Round 84. Do all of that jazz. We can afford another Sabo if I can just press a few buttons in order to get that up and running. Now we have permanent, and I repeat, permanent Bloon Sabo ability in place here, but we are still kind of struggling here. Still kind of struggling. Level 16 is here. Etienne's range, drone popping power, and drone swarm cooldown all improved. So all to do with drones and not the UCAV. Oh, crackhead, bloody hell, man. You what? Call to arms, additional drones, UCAV. Need to pop these ZMGs down to size as much as we can. Another Bloon Sabo. Blue Strike, if that's going to help. I don't think it does that much at this stage of the game, but pre-80s is a big blessing. Actually, 83 could have been helpful one, actually, with the super ceramics, as I think about it now. Activate the ability, activate that ability. That again, do all of it. Every single one of them. Oh, goodness sakes. Fortified BFBs. Just what I love. Fortified behemoths like this are quite annoying at times, but guess what? We are all in it together. It's not just me, it's you as well. We are all in this together. We're all in victory together. and we are all suffering together simultaneously about the same thing about this game. This game is both a blessing and a curse, but ultimately it is a blessing. A blessing. I definitely did say blessing. There we go. Snowstorm them so that the permafrost effect applies. Firstly, it's to slow them down permanently a little bit, and then it's the permafrost mainly. Activate all of Etienne's abilities alongside the call to arms. Next, we're going to be getting Homeland Defense. Believe it or not, Homeland Defense is the next on the agenda. And then we're going to get Overclock, and then we'll see how we go on from there. More Bloon Sabo, sometimes I forget to call it. I'm actually a little bit tired at the moment, not going to lie. Even though I'm doing this like at near 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm still a little tired. It's been quite a relaxing day actually. I've not been doing much. Besides watching YouTube videos and doing this and that, mainly eating food and just chilling out for the day. Sundays are those days where you can excuse yourself from doing huge physical manual labor. But then again, of course, if you're into that thing as well, then that is equally as rewarding. But you always need at least one day in the week in order to just stretch out and relax. If you don't have a single day where you can do that, then life sometimes feels completely unbearable. But for some people, unfortunately, they don't have a luxury of it. I was meant to press 1 there, not escape. Round 88, Sabo again for the ZMGs mainly in this case. They are going down even more, well, they're traveling even more slowly while under all of these effects. Snowstorm, Sabo, all that good stuff. I don't think Strike does anything against them without corrosive glue, but we don't want corrosive glue because then that does damage. We don't want damage from any other tower aside. Why are you firing? Why are you firing at them? Get out of the way. In fact, even better, just stick over here, please. Just stick over near the exit, please. Oh dear, I pressed the wrong button again there. Don't you just love it when you press the wrong button on accident? But again, sometimes it might be beneficial because you just don't expect it to be beneficial, but then it gets beneficial and then you realize that maybe that mistake wasn't such a mistake after all. Activate those again. Lovely. Well, I could have benefited with an Energizer, but then again, it had to be next to Etienne, like being range of Etienne. I don't really fancy doing that. I don't fancy Energizer simply because of that little factor of being able to level up quicker in order for its abilities to come back just that bit quicker. In other cases, yes, but in this case, I'm not going to choose to do it. Alright, 45 BFBs left, and then we got ourselves some DTs to deal with. But these are not going to be a huge issue, actually. Like, we're going to be freezing them, we're going to be saboing them, and let's just do this slowly. Here's another sabo. Yeah, these drones are surprisingly powerful against DTs if you have the MIB up and running. I am running. Go on, blowback. Blow them back towards the other part of the track, please. Not just... Great. Well, look on the bright side. Our abilities come back faster this way. We dealt with round 91. Now, round 92. More fortified behemoths. But nothing that we cannot deal with. Because we are going to be victorious. Use another Sabo, Snowstorm, then another Sabo, then in there, call to arms so we can attack faster. UCAV, go to town on all these fortified behemoths. Come on now, you can all do it. You've all been able to do it before, and you can do it again now. I do need to slow down, but people dislike it when I slow down too much. I think it's mainly in cases where it's not needed to slow down, but I still do it anyways. Because at the moment, I'm really struggling here. I'm going to need to use all of that jazz. Good, good, good. Deal with all that, lovely. Right, but we need to slow down here with the DTs. I apologize, even though this has been brought up quite late in the video when it comes to slowing down. Sometimes unintentionally, but still doing it anyways. Another Sabo, more drones please, more drones, call to arms, deal with the DTs, thank you ever so much. Where's Etienne at? Gosh, not even a million. We're near level 19 actually, which is good. Deal with all that, please. Got the 45 BFBs left. More sabos are required. Round 93, come on, deal with all that. Another sabo. More drones temporarily. We've nearly got a 4th drone actually, which is good. Can now control 4 drones all the time. Place another 4 at periodic times, depending on its choice of whether or not it can have 4 hands, rather than just 2 hands. It will soon have some gems floating. And that enemy mothership. More to the slaughter of these strange technologies. Excellent, 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 excellent. It's not even that time of the year. April is like the opposite side of the year, I think. Or is it like... No, it's probably February, which is the opposite side of August. Oh dear, these ZMGs are left. That's such a shame. That's such a shame. What are we going to do with all these? Well, we're going to pop them all. We're going to pop them all at their source, which is them. Do that. Yeah, I think we'll be able to have our UCAV by the time round 95 comes and when we really need it. Quarter arms again. Slow them down again. All this support is incredibly helpful. Excellent, excellent. We kind of need the balloons here to go a bit faster because of our range issue here at the moment. Let's see. Ooh, they're getting too close to my liking. We might need to restart the round here because I don't want to use another UCAV. Thank you very much. But we're at that point where we're going to have to need to. Yeah, not viable at all. Hopefully the single ZMG now pop down to BFBs will not be too difficult to deal with. Slow them down, please. And we have... Yeah, we've done it. It's just a matter of time. We've done it. And we have all of our abilities ready for the DDTs. Lovely jubbly. Let us actually try and preserve our quarter arms so that it will be a... homeland defense when we get another 200. Can we do it? No, not you. Not you. Can we get... Yes! Now let's use homeland defense rather than being quarter arms. Excellent. We get much more out of the UCAV. Lovely jubbly. Oh, God. It tore through those balloons. It absolutely tore all of those DDTs apart there. That is the power of late game Etienne. I'm still hesitant about the pop count though. That is really annoying in that case. Not confident, not confident. I feel like too many Subtowers have disappeared. Have removed too many pops on the agenda here. Engage so long tall. Enemy mothership inbound. Do that, do that, do that, do that, do that. Excellent. Deal with all of these pesky balloons, please. Now we've got ourselves 6 ZMGs left. Yes, I can count. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go, there we go. Lovely. Round 97. Shall we? Nah, let's not. Let's hold out. Let's hold out for just a little bit and then use it when we have much less money required in order to do that. I should have slowed them down a bit sooner actually. Okay, that's not under the homeland defense, which is not good. But alas, we're going to roll with it. We can just restart the round if this is going to be an issue here. Which I think it is going to be an issue. More of them. Thank you very much. Excellent. Our drones are as powerful as they can be now. Excellent. Use that up with combination of the homeland defense. Excellent. Okay. Let's have the permanent one now. How dare you call this an Earth invasion? How dare you? I thought you was a peaceful alien monk. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's beautiful. All of it is just absolutely divine. We now have permanent UCAV permanent destruction from above. And we are going to hold off on the combination of homeland defense with that until round 99. Now we're going to use it now, actually. I don't think we're going to need it for round 99. All of them are being torn down to shreds. Lovely. Overclock is in place. Thank you very much for our drones. Excellent. Excellent. Use that. Lovely. Yeah, this is going to boost our drones' attack power. Good, 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 good. Excellent. Let's slow these down so that we can use the combined might of homeland defense with the even more powerful UCAV. Let us do this. What's our pop count? Oh no, the bug has affected us too much here. Why did it do this? Ninja Q, why after 38 updates have you not identified that sub-towers, when they disappear, their projectile still on screen does not affect the parent towers' pop count? Like, that's so annoying. There we go. Yeah, we've got these left. And come on now, it's just these ones left. Come on. You can do it, little ones. There we go. Now let us combine I should have used this one later, actually. It's a big old mothership, to say the least. Not going to lie about that. Let's see. Use the overclock there. Yeah, I should have used the additional drones just slightly bit later. Yeah, we're not going to get it. We're not going to get it on paper, but we're going to do some math at the end of all this, because this is really annoying. It's really annoying that on paper you can't get the 2 million on screen. But it is there. It definitely is there. Because we're going to be looking at other towers to see what we have not got with those. Let's use that. Okay, so we're going to slow this down so that we can react upon the destruction of the bad. And that is soon. Hopefully soon. Use that there. Come on. You can... There we go. Now let's slow all these down. Let's use all of our abilities. Let us use them all. Okay. Homeland defense with the more powerful UCAV, please. Use that, use that, use that. Excellent. Use the drones as well. Snowstorm in place. You know what? That is so close. That is so close there. Now, if we're going to do our math correctly here, we are missing about 25,000 pops from despawned sub-towers from Etienne. Now then, if you're going to say that this is not 2 megapops because it says on screen that it's only 1.996, then I've been reiterating multiple times that in the game there is a bug where disappeared sub-towers do not contribute towards the parents' overall damage or pops or whatever you want to call them. Let's look at our other towers then for more evidence of this. Okay, so this only has below 1,000. Okay, let's call that 10,000. Let's call that 16,000. Then let's call that 24,000. Let's call that 24,000. So, in overall facts, Etienne... By the way, this is my closest game ever, by the way. 1.996. My other ones are like 1.991, I think, which is my closest one. Like, if you're able to do this right now with this bug in the game, then you're doing some extremely high intelligent micromanagement in order to ensure that you get the maximum amount out of your future armor mothership or your permanent drone or anything like that. By the way, I absolutely love this skin. It is so thematically appropriate, and I love the drone that it represents, as in like this alien future armor mothership sort of ship. Very futuristic, very out of our understanding technology of space travel and all that jazz. So we needed the downdraft helipilot in order to blow back all of the balloons in order to get back into the range of Etienne. We needed these sabos definitely in order to slow down the balloons there. we need a start monkey at the start of the game in order to pop some lingering balloons from there. We need a slow storm in order to slow down balloons and provide the permafrost effect so that they're permanently slowed. And then let's see, we needed this glue strike early on in the game in order to slow down the masses. But then we also needed this one to slow down the Moabs and stun popped glued balloons in which it popped. And absolutely, it is a necessity to get Homeland Defense. I feel like it's recommended to get an overclock so that you increase the attack speed of the drones. It doesn't affect the UCAV at all, from what I've seen from the wiki, but may never know with these things, but sometimes sub-towers are complicated creatures. And we need a sub for early game pops and for early lead pops. So, I know on paper this is not a 2 Megapops, but there are numerous times in which pops in which the UCAV did and the additional drones did, which did not contribute towards Etienne because they disappeared, but their projectiles were still on the screen. And when the projectiles are still on the screen, and when the towers themselves disappear, it's almost like you got 0 pops with the parent tower, which is annoying, and it should be fixed alongside that Total Transformation Plasma Monkey fan club bug. Although I'd say that the latter bug is more fun than this one, especially if you like going for 2 Megapops and all that jazz. So that is 2 Megapops with Etienne. I know on paper, again, it's not what you would call 2 Megapops, but with the bug in place, if you're able to circumvent and calculate up to 2,042,000, we definitely got the correct amount of pops. Thank you so much for watching, and see you all in the next video. Honestly, I've been trying to get an open one, and let's just say that I'm always losing to certain rounds in which balloons themselves become too quantable even with the wall of tree or whatever it is. Thank you so much for watching, and take care of yourselves. If you recommend Ben to me, then please do not watch another video of mine ever again. No, I'm just kidding, but how can you with a tower like this?